God morning, you guys. It is September 25th. We have Jesus calling. Wait, what is it? What is it? Wait, did I say September 25th? It is September 25th. I'm so sorry. Jesus calling. Pour all your energy into trusting me. I don't know why I'm so discombobulated. I'm sorry, guys. I went to class early, but we're back and we're going to get into some beautiful Jesus. So let's get right into it. September 25th, Jesus calling. Pour all your energy into trusting me. Where should our energy go? Where should our life lie, right? If God gives us life, and then this life is our energy and it's our blood life, and it's what we pour into things. When we put creativity, when we put love, when we put appreciation into things, that's us putting our life into it, right? So where should we put our life into? What should we devote our life to? God's saying Him, right? But how do we do that? Why do we do that? It is through trust that you stay connected to me, aware of my presence, right? Who's the person that you trust most in this world that's not Jesus or God, right? That's tangible. That you see their face every day, like a human being, right? For most of us, it'd be our parents. It'd be our really close loved ones. It'd be our family members, right? And why is that? It's because we've put so much energy into developing those relationships, into developing those bonds, into getting deep, into getting personal, into getting real, right? And that realness, that deepness, that energy that we pour into them, that time, that's an investment. That is an investment in a relationship. That's an investment in future. That's an investment in trust. And that's what God's saying right here. If we truly want to be able to trust God, we have to pour energy in Him. We have to devote time, energy, resources, thoughts to Him, right? We can't just expect one day to wake up and have full trust and love in the Lord without ever reading the Bible or praying or building a relationship with Him. That's not possible. We can't expect to wake up and be so happy and live such a glorious, amazing life, right? All of our depression, all of our sadness, all of our anxiety, all of our fear gone, right? If we're not going to the person that can cure us of that, and that's Jesus. Every step on your life journey can be a step of faith. Baby steps of trust are simple for you. You can take them with almost unconscious ease. Giant steps are another matter, though. Leaping across chasms in semi-darkness, scaling cliffs of uncertainty, trudging through the valley of the shadow of death. These feats require sheer concentration as well as utter commitment to me. So God's saying that there's basically like autopilot steps that we can take, and there's purposeful steps that we can take to get closer to God, to pour energy to Him, and to develop trust, right? I think about it like this, right? The autopilot ones is like whenever you're driving your car, right? Sometimes I drive my car and I get somewhere and I'm like, how did I get here? I don't remember ever getting there. I don't remember how long it took. I don't remember what I passed because I was just so, just ditzy out of my head, right? That I get to my destination. I'm like, I don't even remember how I get here. I'm sure some of you guys have done that. If you guys have driven long distances, it all just goes by in a blur, right? That's kind of that unconscious acknowledgement of God, right? That we can implement and work into our lives. And what does that mean? That's conversations. That's topics of discussion. That's when something happens, our knee-jerk reaction, how we respond, right? Our first instinct, right? That's that kind of baby steps that he was talking about, right? When someone says a comment to you that's mean or crass, and then the first thing you think is, oh, it's okay. I'm sure they're having a bad day. I wonder what provoked them to say that. All I'm going to do is send them love back. I'm going to compliment them in the face of that, right? That's us doing a baby step, doing an unconscious thought to get closer to God, right? To trust in Him, to let Him take control of us and react in a way that Jesus would react, rather than, right, someone says something mean to us and we immediately respond with something mean back. We get upset, we get angry, it takes over our day, it takes over our mind, right? So that's that baby step. And then the other one is the huge leaps of faith, right? When you're truly need God, like there now, like in this moment, like so desperately, right? When something insane has happened, a big event, and you're saying, God, I'm trusting you, I'm putting all my faith in you, no matter what I have, I love you, and I know that you're going to bring me through it. And then you do it, and then you get out of it, and it works perfectly for your benefit. It works exactly how God wanted it to work. Those are the big step moments, right? And I would say the most important ones are the baby steps, because those are the things that form up into the big steps. If we want to be able to trust God in dire times of need, we have to be able to learn to trust Him in the little things, right? In the insignificant things, in the daily things. And that builds up a habit of loving Jesus. Each of my children is a unique blend of temperament, giftedness, and life experiences. Something that is a baby step for you may be a giant step for another person, and vice versa. Beware of trying to impress others by acting as if your giant steps are only baby steps. Do not judge others who hesitate in trembling fear before an act that would be easy for you. If each of my children would seek to please me above all else, fear of others' judgments would vanish, as would attempts to impress others. Focus your attention on the path just ahead of you and on the one who never leaves your side. Guys, a great indication, a great telling point of if we're doing something for the Lord or for us is if we're insecure, is if we're self-absorbed, right? Is if we're looking for other people's improvement, if we're thinking about how people are thinking about us, if we're thinking of things in a judgmental term. That's an amazing way. That's an amazing checkpoint to see if we're truly living in a godly way, if we're truly trusting him and putting our faith in him. Because if we put our faith in him, what do we have to worry about? Why do we care what they think? I only care what God thinks. Why do we care what they say? That's not going to affect me. I have peace, right? Let's see where this comes from. Psalm 23:4. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. And then we have Matthew 7:1-2. Do not judge, or you too will be judged. For in the same way you judge others, you will be judged. And with the measure you use, it will be measured to you. And then finally, we have Proverbs 29:25. Fear of man will prove to be a snare, but whoever trusts in the Lord is kept safe. That is September 25th. I hope you guys learned something. I love you guys so much. And with that, I'll say amen.